What is up, everybody? This is Matt from Hanley Gaming. Now, there's a game that I play called Kingdom Come Deliverance. And, well, that game came out about 6 years ago, and I just found out that the company that made that game has just released a trailer for the second game that is coming out.
Peggy 18.
When it seems you're out.
This is live action.
There's just one man who gives a fuck. A friend who'll never leave you stuck. Now who can that friend be? Henry. Our hero Henry.
Okay.
It's been a while, but now we can finally show you.
So those are the voice actors for Henry, the playable character in Kingdom Come Deliverance. So it's this guy here, and the guy that was singing was Sir Hans Capon, who is a friend from the first one.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2.
And those who don't know, Warhorse Studio is actually a independent company from the Czech Republic, and the guy that started it actually worked for 2K Czech, who was another company before they were bought by 2K that made Mafia 1 and 2, and apparently he wasn't fond of the way things changed, so he left that company and started up his own company, Warhorse Studio. So this is only their second game that they made. The first game was made off of a Kickstarter, and I played it. It was amazing. So I've got high hopes for this game. It looks great. There's Henry.
I always dreamt of leaving.
He looks different. Like, yeah, he would be older for sure, but the first one was CryEngine 3. I think this would be CryEngine 5 if they stayed with CryEngine. I believe they're on their 5th one now. So, you know, higher detail for sure.
This place.
6 years ago. So.
Becoming more than a peasant.
You know the trouble with an adventurous life? It can end before it gets started.
A lot of cutscenes. I want to see gameplay.
Congratulations, Sir Knight. You finally become a man.
Wake up! Pull yourself together, Henry.
Alright, gameplay. Crossbows? You brought in crossbows? Amazing.
Nobody will hand anything on a platter. to men like you and me.
You still have a long way to go till your work is done.
Guns? So they brought in crossbows and guns? Okay, in the first game, the only ranged weapons were bows, and I hated the bows. There's no way to really aim. The reticle that was on screen would disappear, so there was nothing on screen. So you had to basically judge from where the bow was swaying, where it was going to shoot, and I hated it. With a crossbow, you see a little circle on top, so you know, I guess, where you're aiming, and then a gun, like a hand cannon, you just stand in front of them and let it go, I guess. But yeah, that's cool.
O merciful God, be kind and protect us so we don't blow our arses off. Amen.
Get back to live action.
Hello.
Okay, let's pause this for a second because this is live action and they're talking. Yeah, looks amazing. I am really looking forward to playing this game. They were giving no information about a game even coming out. You know, they're not like those big developers like, you know, Rockstar, Rocksteady, where like if they're going to fart, everybody's knows about it, right? Like they were keeping real hush about this game, and I am just like, wow, it looks amazing.
Welcome. My name's Tom McKay, and together with Luke Dale, we're here to present the first in-depth look at Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2, an action RPG set in a realistic world of the late Middle Ages.
We're in Kuttenberg, a gorgeous city at the heart of Europe, but also at the heart of KCD2.
Oh, okay,
So
we're going to
let's take
Kuttenberg.
you into the world of the game with the help of Warhorse, the creators of this medieval saga.
It's almost exactly 10 years since I was doing a video like this, introducing our new game. It's almost exactly 6 years since this game called Kingdom Come: Deliverance was finally released. So now it's perfect opportunity to show you what we have been working on those 6 years, which is Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2.
All right, so 10 years ago and then 6 years ago. So they announced it, the first game 10 years ago, and then 4 years later, they released it. So about roughly 5 years, I guess, they were working on the game. And then this one, they took 6 years. So last one turned out well, so hopefully this one turns out well as well.
And where else to do it than in this magnificent cathedral in this royal city of Kuttenberg, where majority of this game takes place. Back then, 10 years ago, at the beginning, it was only 11 of us.
Okay, so they started the game 10 years ago. So it took them 4 years to make the first one, 6 years to make this one. So I'm hopeful. Let's go back a little bit.
Back then, 10 years ago, at the beginning, it was only 11 of us in a small office. Now it's 250 people working very hard for years to bring you the ultimate medieval RPG adventure.
Okay, so yeah, it goes from 11 people making the game in 4 years to 250 making the game in 6 years. So I am very, very hopeful for this game. Hopefully it turns out well. I am going to be getting this. I just don't know yet if I'm going to get it on PS5 or PC, if both platforms are available. I don't know what it's going to be coming on, if it's just PC or if it's PS5 as well. I played the last one on console, but yeah, I'll have to think about if I want it on PC or PlayStation.
Kingdom Come: Deliverance 2 follows the adventures of Henry, a young lad who barely survives the invasion of a raiding force on his village. Henry embarks on a quest of revenge against those who butchered his family and burned his home to the ground.
As a trusted squire and friend to young Sir Hans, our hero Henry is sent on a simple mission, but things turn ugly very soon.
Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 is a continuation of Henry's previous adventures, but the story's written in such a way that it's perfect for newcomers to Henry's journey.
Henry is a character that I think everybody can identify with because he starts off as a kind of nobody, and
he starts off as useless that can't even hold a sword. The first game, you couldn't even hold you could barely even hold a sword. You swung slow, didn't know how to like parry or anything. You had to learn it all, and you couldn't even read. You're useless at everything, and you have to build your character up. So I wonder, because in this trailer he looked like a complete badass. So I wonder how it's going to start off with this one. If it's going to be like, you have some skills and you have to master everything, or I have no idea how they're going to start this one off, or if you can port over a save. But at that point, you'd be overpowered to start, so probably not that.
goes through life with all these immense challenges, and I feel like everybody can relate to that.
Hans is all the kind of fun times and all the kind of ebullience and joy that Henry has in himself, but it takes a bit of accessing, and I think Hans really helps him to do that.
Whew. You were right about our stench.
Let's hope this water isn't too cold. You wouldn't want your pride and joy shrinking.
I'm more worried about it being too deep.
Come on.
What we are making now is what it was supposed to be in the beginning, but we were not able to do it because we didn't have enough resources and experience and all that stuff. We've proven that the concept works, and now we can take it to another level, which we always wanted. The game is much bigger.
Wow, so yeah, with their limited resources and it being a Kickstarter, they couldn't make it as big as they might have wanted to. So now that they have that and they have the backing of a bigger publisher, I believe, they've got more resources to make a bigger game.
In scope. Original game we had, I don't know, 3 hours of cutscenes. Now we have more than 5. Regarding the size of the world, it's 2 times bigger than it was.
2 times bigger. The first map was big. Wow. 2 times the size. Hopefully it's not just empty. That's the worst, when you have a huge open world that is empty and it just takes like 2 hours to get from point A to point B. That's what you don't want in an open world game like this.
The story is longer and much more epic. So
Okay, good.
previously it was about an issues of small nobility with bandits in their villages. Now it's about problems of kings.
This is a behemoth of a game in comparison to the first, in my opinion. I think it's got so much more energy and pace and adventure and action and fun.
That was one thing that people had complaints about in the first game, that it was too slow moving, too slow paced. Now this isn't like an RPG like Skyrim, where you have magic and there's dragons. This is more like realistic, historical. Combat is like as close to authentic for the time as they could get. So like with everything being real, it's like realistic, and like you have to eat, you have to sleep, you have to take care of your wounds. They don't just heal themselves. You have to have your clothes washed, have your armor and weapons repaired. There's a lot that goes into this game, like a lot of player input and a lot of things. It's almost like a survival RPG. So it's like a medieval simulator RPG survival game. That's what it is. And the realism in this game and the slow pace that it sometimes has threw a lot of people off. So with them saying it's more fast paced, more energized, more fun, or whatever you said, it basically makes it sound like it's more, they might have gone a bit more mainstream with the pace of the game, where they're gonna try to draw more people into the game. So we'll see. Sounds interesting. We'll see.
and trial and tribulation and just everything that you could want from setting up the characters so beautifully in the first game and then throwing them out there and going, right, let's see what you're made of. This is going to be so much fun.
Henry is a young guy.
Becoming a true knight.
He's not really like so deeply entrenched in his already, set character traits. So you can build your Henry in a different ways.
And that all means that it's actually on you who you want to be. You can save the world, or you can help to punish it for its sins. The combat is also historically accurate, but we don't want to do that for the historical reasons of something. We want to do that for the immersion, and we want you to feel the sword in your hand. We want you to feel threatened by the enemies on the battlefield. We want you to fight for your life.
As far as missile weapons go,
the combat looks similar. It was like so the way the combat was in the first one was think of For Honor. So there was like a star, and you would just aim in that direction, either the top for the head, right or left for the upper right or left, and then the lower right and left on the bottom left and right. This makes me want to play the first game, so I might play the first game, and put videos out on the first game, and let you guys see before the release of this one or whenever that's coming out. Let me know in the comments below if that's something that you're interested in.
Added new type of weapon. We added crossbows. Also some early firearms.
Yeah.
Kingdom Come feels like the good old school RPGs. It will always surprise you what you can and cannot do.
You can be better in combat. You can be a sweet talking guy who talks his way out of problems. You can be a charming knight. You can be a thief, a scoundrel. Anything you do will be recorded. People will remember it. If they saw you do that, our crime system will react to that.
For example, when you are, drunk and naked, people comment on that on the street, and now you can also reply. You can tell them, oh, I'm sorry, or you can tell them, piss off, man.
If you do a lot of criminal stuff around the village, people will start to be suspicious, they will greet you differently. So try to make these little things collapse into like greater mosaic where your actions are really reflected.
It will always surprise you what can be done in Kingdom Come.
Yeah. Looks like you can...
We are moving to different places, so one map is taking place on the actual place that's called Bohemian Paradise. And it's really beautiful nature with quite unusual rocky formations all around. And then we are moving to totally different, rather urban countryside, surrounding huge silver mining, very rich city. So there's this big city.
The Gutenberg is a huge step forward for us, and it was, I would say, biggest challenge in the game. Because from those small outskirts and small cities, you are really getting in one of the richest cities in the medieval Europe.
And it's really big. It's even too big, in my opinion.
We are trying to go beyond that usual...
Wonder if you can go in every building.
Muddy, dirty, medieval world, dark ages where everyone is dying from famine and war.
It was really colorful. It wasn't dark at all. We have really beautiful environments. Players should go and explore all those little woods and beautiful rocks and castles.
The thing that I love about the game most is just wandering around, because the nature is really beautiful. It's really serene, peaceful, and it's full of secrets.
Wow, that looks like real life.
Music is a big part of the game. Jan Walta is the composer, as with the first game, because I think he's awesome, he's genius.
It suits the mood of the game like a typical game.
You'll be blown away.
In this game, you can experience something you cannot experience anywhere else.
I think players will be really impressed by that.
My message to the fans would be you are in for a ride.
Thank you for all your support. Please follow us on our journey to create something unique. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 will be released by the end of this year.
See you in KCD2.
All right, 2024, this year. Wow. Okay, so end of this year. So yeah, it says right there PS5, Xbox, and PC. So I'm gonna have to figure out which one I'm gonna get it for between PS5 and PC. But yeah, the end of this year, I like when they go, yep, it's coming out now, so that you're not waiting forever. That's good. Because I know when games are like, yeah, we're coming out with a game in 3 years, you're like, oh, I have to wait that long. So this is good. This is good. So by Christmas, it's hopefully, if it doesn't get pushed back. But yeah, so yeah, this makes me want to play the first one before this one comes out. Maybe make some videos on that. So yeah, that's it for now. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Later.